Yeah, let's start with the basics. I would say, in basically speaking, they are long feathered serpents. But that only scratches the surface of what they truly are. That's what they look like. So they're these serpents, feathered, and they got these huge rainbow wings that allow them to fly around.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say if you're gonna picture something, picture the combination of a snake dragon and an angel.
Yeah, no, that's actually a pretty good way to describe them. I guess, like, if you want more fine detail, Couatls are based off of Mexican dragons. So they are feathered serpents, like what Jake said, or the owl. But another thing you could put in is that their eyes can be, like, just pure, like a pure color of, like, a ruby, or, like, pure white. So, they're, like, celestial. So they have a pure color in their eyes. They actually have like a frill or like a crest, kind of like of a dragon. So that was like a good analogy. They are very beautiful.
Yeah, extremely beautiful.
Like they even rival like angels and like Pegasi.
Well, they're
like,
celestials.
Yeah, they are
so
literal
celestials. That's why they have an angelic nature to them.
They are very like aspiring, like just all, like people are just in awe when they even like see one.
Yep.
So a Couatl is normally about 6 to 8 feet long. They got beautiful rainbow wings.
I actually got 12 feet, so if you want to make yours 12 feet.
I mean, they're medium sized. I mean, that's what the stat block says, but you don't have to do that. There's some instances where they're about half a mile
actually,
long.
the reason they're medium sized is because they tend to coil themselves. But if they were to outstretch, they would actually be longer than medium.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
But that's a little specific, so let's stay basic for now, since that's what we're in. So what other basic things? Is that all descriptors you have?
Yeah, I mean, there's some more, like their scales. They can be all sorts of colors. So there can be like green, even like the duller browns or like grays. Rare ones get a light blue tint. And all of them, like their scales illuminate like a light. So like
they can also, if you look at pictures of them, can be, and in the monsters manual, their wings are like rainbow colored. Like they got reds, they got blues, they got greens.
They got so many colors. So
they got lots of stuff.
Yeah, so like their underbellies are normally like a gold. Like their underscales are normally like a gold or like a silver color. So basically these things are super beautiful.
Yeah.
Astonishing.
And their personality in a general sense mirrors their beauty, because they are extremely good. They're out to help. They're beautiful on the inside and out, as an angel would be.
No. All right, so do you have anything else for the basics?
No, I think that's a good basic picture, so now we can get into them. And they're very interesting. Not the most basic encounter out there. So
Yeah.
All
right, so we'll get into stats. Do you want
All right, so
stats,
so they have a fairly long list. They're not legendary or anything, but they have a fairly long list, so let's try to speed through this. So
they're actually very unique, though. They got very unique.
They are very unique. Yes, but let's get through it, because we want to get to like why they're unique. All right, let me just start. Armor class 19, natural armor.
That's high.
That is high.
Very high.
HP 97 on average.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's actually really good. Yeah.
Not crazy. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Speed 30 feet. Walking 90 feet flying. So they fly faster than they walk.
They normally only fly, so Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of like a little fun fact.
Right, or slither, I guess I should say.
Yeah, but like they're normally flying around, so they're just like chilling. But yeah.
Yeah.
They have a innate spell casting of level 14. So anything that they do with spells that they have, you'll have to get a 14 or higher in that check.
Yeah.
But some of the examples of spells, they kind of have. It's really interesting of some of the spells they have, but some not in the monster manual. That's quite interesting. They can go into the ethereal plane at will.
Yep.
And pull people with them. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like one of the cool things that they have. Another one is that they know if you're good or bad.
Right.
Like when they see you.
They can see your aura.
Yeah, they can
so
see your
if you're good,
aura.
you'll shine as yellow, I think, and
It's
then
like
evil is purple.
Yeah. So evil's like purple, and then like a little calm yellow, and then like a violent purple if you're evil.
Yeah,
which
putting
is
on a
really
disguise
cool.
won't do anything.
Yeah,
They'll see right through it.
Yeah, so they'll see right through it. Also, they are. If you try to do any illusions to them, they will see right through it.
Yeah.
So they actually have true sight, which is more like God level.
Yeah, so
vision.
I'll jump right in with that. So their senses are true sight, 120 feet.
That's insane.
Insane. So you basically cannot sneak up on them. Yeah. And then their passive perception is 15, but
you can't.
It's like, why did they?
Like they actually see sound.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like you cannot sneak up.
You don't need to roll in, like they see it. In terms of languages, they speak all languages.
Well, yeah.
So you're not going to be speaking sneakily either. They also have telepathy of 120 feet as well. So they can, basically the instant they sense you 120 feet away, they can also communicate to you.
Yeah.
Resistances. So they are quite crazy. They have a resistance to radiant damage.
Makes sense.
But this is where it gets insane. Their immunities. This is where it's crazy. They're immune to all psychic stuff, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, non-magically. So
that's good.
If you have like a fighter or a barbarian or something who pulls out their great axe, he doesn't. Couatl doesn't care. So there's that.
Also, you just have to be a really bad person to fight a Couatl.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, like.
Okay, some final stuff before we get into the good parts of their stats. Their saves. So they have a +5 to Constitution saves, +7 to Wisdom, and +6 to Charisma. That's just
good
numbers.
Yikes.
So take those numbers. And then in terms of their ability modifiers, they are very, very almost near perfect beings in a sense. They have +3 to Strength, +3 to Constitution. And that's their worst.
Yeah.
So they also have +5 to Dex, super dexterous, and +5 to Wisdom, super wise, and then 4 on Charisma and Intelligence.
I mean, they are Celestials, so they're supposed to be stupid strong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully you wouldn't be attacking your parties with a Couatl. That would not be fun for the party. Now we can get into... Oh, they have one more ability called Shielded Mind.
Right.
Literally anything that you try to do to their mind does not work.
Does not work.
They're immune to all psychic abilities.
Yeah, that goes into their immunity of psychic and scrying. Like, you can't spy on them.
Yeah, you can't know what
sense.
they... Yeah, you can't. Yeah, so basically they are just, like, you cannot do anything that deals with telepathy or, like, psychic stuff. Like, it just does not affect them at all. And they'll know that you're doing it, too, so, like, don't even try.
Right.
Like, they'll know, so, what are you doing?
So I think this is a good moment to say... So they also have, like, just attacks, right? But before we say those, let's just paint the picture here. This is a challenge rating of 4.
It's stupid.
4 now.
Never trust.
So think about all the immunities we just told you and all the abilities they have. And we haven't even said their attacks yet. Challenge rating of 4. So we'll get into a little bit of why that might be. Yeah. But just realize it should be higher if we're talking straight like ability.
It should be like challenge rating really is not. You shouldn't really go off by it because like there's some other things out there that will like instantly kill everyone for its challenge rating. Like I think like God, I forget which one. Like I think it was like werebears or something. Or I don't know, but like they would just kill everything.
I think there's more to take into account with the challenge rating than purely their numbers. Exactly. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, exactly.
But in terms of they have 3 attacks. Well, no, okay, 3 like under the attack category abilities. 2. So the first one is bite. Their
bites are one of the strongest things. So their bite, you might think doesn't do a lot of damage. So if it does hit you, it has a +8 to hit.
+8 to hit, and it does 1d6 +5 piercing.
So that's, which is pretty decent. Actually,
bad.
Pretty low damage for a being like this.
Oh, very low.
But here's the catch. You have to make a DC con save of 13, which I think is actually pretty low for Couatls. For Venom, their Venom's supposed to be very potent. But if you don't make it, you are just dropped unconscious for 24 hours. No
Yep.
buts, no anything. You are just dropped. You're gone. Even if you're immune to poison, this stuff drops you.
Yep, and that's just on their
Yeah.
basic bite. So, in summary,
Yeah.
when they bite you, they inject poison, and if you fail to save,
You go
you
sleep.
drop unconscious.
Yeah, you drop unconscious.
Yeah, but the good thing about that is you can be awoken. So if a companion walks up to you and shakes you, you'll wake up. But as a DM, you don't have to tell them that they are unconscious. You can just say, barbarian man falls down, unresponsive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then the players are like,
Yeah.
And then the player that is the barbarian is like, did I just die? You know what I mean?
No. So like it's scary. In previous editions, like in the second one, if you failed, it killed you.
It did kill you.
Outright killed
Yeah.
you. In the third one, it dealt 90 something damage, like something insane.
Right.
Like, yeah. But now they're like, it just makes you unconscious. They're Constrict, which is basically
this is their second ability.
Yeah, it's their second ability. It's a +5 to hit. It's a 2d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage. A pretty decent damage, more than the bite.
Yeah.
But
not a ton of damage still though.
Not a ton of damage. So these guys aren't damage dealers. But this one, it doesn't do anything special. It just restrains you.
Yeah.
And I believe it's like a DC 15 strength saving throw.
15.
Yeah. So basically, they would probably constrict you, hold you in place, and they'll just bite you if you're a threat to them.
Or they could hold one person to bite someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty. They got some pretty interesting stats. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah. To constrict.
Yeah. Or anything in general.
Yeah, they got one more ability, and this is a big one. And this has to do with why they're CR4, in my opinion. And so they have the ability of change shape.
Yes.
Cannot forget change shape. So they become a creature equal or less to their own CR, challenge rating. And so that there's rules that you can read on exactly what they gain and lose when they become this creature. But it's pretty much what you would expect for them to maintain who they are while also taking on the attributes of something new. And so this is one of the reasons why I believe that they are a CR4 is basically they're limiting what they can turn into. And this is my philosophy on this. This is not official, so this is just my opinion. But when you have something that is able to transform, like a Couatl with change shape, if you give it the ability to transform into something much more powerful than it is, then you're basically, especially when it's something as intelligent and wise as a Couatl is, you're basically saying that you will never fight a Couatl in its actual form. Because if it's intelligent, it won't fight you in that form. It'll fight you in a better form. So when you make the Couatl CR4, but in reality a much higher CR, then you will actually, as a player, experience it in its true form, because that's actually, in most cases, a smart form to take.
Right. Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. And change shape is not it's special, but a lot of things can do that. All adult metallic dragons can do that. Since they're bigger, they can do into more stuff. So I think the biggest thing that they can probably, a Couatl can turn into is a bear.
I would know. Yeah, I don't know
I
every
believe
single
a
CR rating,
rhino. Like a rhino or maybe an elephant, but I'm pretty sure elephant's CR5.
But what they typically do are people.
Yeah, so they normally blend in. And we'll talk about why they change shape and stuff. Why do they want to change shape.